Welcome back. My guest Edwidge Danticat has written a novel called Breath, Eyes, Memory, which is the story of a Haitian girl coming of age in Haiti and in America. And you've also collaborated, or are collaborating, with Jonathan Demme on a series of documentary films about Haiti. I was wondering if you would read a passage from your book for us?
Okay, I'll read from the very last part, which sort of summarizes a little bit about the place and about the women there. There's a place where women live near trees that, when blowing in the wind, sound like music. These women tell stories to their children, both to frighten and delight them. These women, they are fluttering lanterns in the hill, the fireflies in the night, the faces that loom over you and recreate the same unspeakable acts that they themselves live through. There's a place where nightmares are passed on through generations like heirlooms, where women like cardinal birds return to look at their own faces in stagnant bodies of water. I come from a place where breath, eyes, and memory are one, a place from which you carry your past like the hair on your head, where women return to their children as butterflies, or as the statues, or as tears in the eyes of the statues that their daughters pray to. My mother was as brave as stars at dawn. She too was from this place.
Is the mother that you're talking about in that Haiti?
It's an actual mother, and it's also Haiti, sort of the motherland.
In the book there's such a strong kind of love and hate relationship between some of the mothers and daughters. The mothers love them, but they hurt them. Is that specifically Haitian?
I don't think it's all that specifically Haitian, but it's interesting that you made the connection between sort of the mother and the story being Haiti and the daughters sort of being what I call, what we've in the process of come to know is kind of a lost tribe of women, so women who are Haitian out of Haiti and are sort of trying to redefine their relationship to that place and trying to find our place here and there, sort of where we fit in.
You came to the United States when you were 12, as did the main character in this book, so I have to ask the question, is this your story?
Part of it, I think part of it is my story, but the greater part of it is the stories of a lot of women who are in my family, women that I know from other places. I draw from a lot of different stories, so it's not, in some ways it is my story, but it's a greater story than my own. But it isn't atypical of a child to have stayed in Haiti and then have their parents send for them later on. That happens quite often.
Now, you've not been back in a dozen or so years. How does it feel to be here watching what's going on there now?
For the most part, it's very heart-wrenching because my family and I, we've planned a lot of times to go back. It's sort of a big family trip, but something always comes, something always happens, and we're stopped from going. But it's watching it from here. It's sort of you get a very schizophrenic feeling about first feeling grateful that maybe you've escaped, and then feeling like, well, for every one of us here, there are thousands of people who are suffering, and for the most part, I always feel, but there by the grace of God, goes I.
Can you tell me a little bit about your work with Jonathan Demme?
I met Mr. Demme through a friend of his who works at Time magazine, and I went to, he and his staff, Ed Saxon, the producer, they had asked me to just come for the day and see what they work, and then I met with them and started working for them last August. Jonathan and Ed, and they have a very great interest in Haiti that's very heartwarming, coming from people who are not Haitian, and we're grateful for people like them and for Mr. Rodman who sort of present Haiti to North Americans. And part of what Ed and Jonathan, they do at their company is do documentaries, and right now we're working on two projects. One which is a documentary interviewing victims of torture in Haiti, and that's being directed by a Haitian woman, Patricia Benoit, and produced by Diana Choi, who also works with Mr. Demme. Another one is the history of Haitian cinema, which which is trying to pull from the archives films that were done in Haiti, and that some of that is also part of what we do.